The laws are not the problem. We have the laws, we have everything, but the problem is, how did you make this thing work? How can a woman in my village be able to eat 3 times? And how can things get work? As I was coming, there are still queues in the filling station. You go into independent market filling station, that's the independent market filling station. PMS is about 900 to 1,000 naira per liters. How can we fix our economy? We heard about the Dangote refinery that they say the AGO, the gasoline, is in the market that will crash the price to 1,000 naira. But I tell you, still now, AGO is still 1,650, and he has not crashed the price. How will we move from here now? That's a question that we need to ask the leaders, because they keep on telling us propaganda. They keep on telling us stories. Now they are saying in June 1st or PMS bombard market that the $20 billion Dangote refinery has a capacity to give PMS to the whole West Africa, not about only Nigeria. But the question now is it going to work? Because when when price is up, it's good in Nigeria, but price coming down till now, the AGO has not come down. Will PMS come down when the Dangote PMS hit the market, and how much are they going to sell it?
All right, Mr. Noah. Now, one of the reasons that the legislature actually said that, okay, we're going to revert to the old anthem is the lyrics about impacting unity and patriotism. That the new anthem, the current anthem rather, is not what it doesn't spark unity. But then there's a clause in the old anthem that people are paying attention to. Though tribes and tongues may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Now that part, would you say that there should be a rendition of or changing of the lyrics of that part? And how is the national anthem going to impact unity and patriotism?
You see, what impacts, what rekindle patriotism in the life of a citizen? It's not national anthem. It's not only national anthem. National anthem is just the lyrics. It's just the word. It's just that patriotism word which has been laid down, which the citizen recite. But the question now is this: the country must have something that he has done for the citizen with the citizen law. Let me go to abroad. Almost the health has been subsidized, energy has been subsidized, a lot of things have been, housing has been subsidized, which you are a civil servant, we are working class or not, you can have a low cost housing. What they call consumer levy, credit card, which even if your card is debit, you can buy anything in the market, get food. When money enter your market, they will debit your account, or when credit comes, they will debit your account. But now in Nigeria, everything nothing, the last subsidy that we enjoyed, which is the PMS, has been riddled with corruption, has been riddled with embezzlement, has been riddled with a lot of stories. And now this administration, which all Nigerians agree, let us go away, but we don't want, so that subsidy will not come and kill us. There's no subsidy again. How much are we selling LPG gas? How much are we buying LPG gas? That's the cooking gas. It's about 1,000 to 1,003. How much are we buying PMS now? It's about 1,000 naira. How much the citizens are buying AGO? How much are we buying electricity tariff? 1,000 naira is about 4,000 to 4.5 kilos, which you can only on one bulb and we off. The 1,000 naira has gone. How can they say? How can this rekindle patriotism in the life of a citizen? It's not only national anthem, for God's sake. Because okay, Oselo, when I sing national anthem, when I go to my house, my gas will be filled up. When I sing national anthem, like next week that some schools are giving notice that they going to be field drive, I will just go to the school and I will sing national anthem to proprietor or teachers of my children's school. I say, when I go, Nigeria will healthy, in brotherhood we stand, and my school fee or my children will be paid. and I will say, oh, I love the country. Or when I go to the right behind the market, I'll go and sing the old national anthem. And the man said,
and the trade unions will
and yes, they will give me gari, and I'll go and eat, because that's a question that we need to ask. So let us not play plans with all this issue. Let us go back to the drawing board and see how we can start the thing from and lay foundation on this. That's a question we need to ask ourselves. Because singing the national anthem now, we are not saying that those things are wrong, but singing it now will not bring any tangible thing. When I'm sick, I'll go to Sani Abacha Teaching Hospital or any of the hospital, and I will sing the old national anthem, and I will be healed. That's a question we need to ask ourselves.
Yes, I know you are patriotic and you are wishing Nigeria well. I don't think it's just a matter of time. Things will work for the better for every Nigerian. But be that as it may, the government seems to focus attention on the elites, forgetting the downtrodden. The massive is aimed at re-eliting the elites.
That is a question we always ask. You see, like this, you see, each time I remember that statement made by Minister for Finance, Wale Dum, that only 10% of Nigerians has 500,000 and above. Those are the questions that always sadden my heart. The country is about 200 or 250 million Nigerians. You don't say only 10%. The 10% of 200 million is about 20 million. Now, only 20 million of Nigerians has 500,000 and above in their country, which means 180 are living below poverty line. Now, any country that does not take care of the masses, that country cannot move forward. Now, almost the whole policies is being elitist driven. Go to others advanced country. Most of the policies are the masses driven. I have said it here over and over again, that like in France, you cannot afford a driver, you cannot afford a gate man, you cannot afford a messenger, you cannot afford a cleaner, unless you are a very rich man. You know why? Because those set of people are the most highly paid. Why are people japping? Because when you jump to most of these countries like Canada and all this France, you go, whether you go and you are a driver or you are a messenger, you are a housekeeper, which is the nanny, you will be highly paid because of the policies and program which the government has done. They will pay you very well, because when you do these policies is now well transferred from the elitists to the poor. But now, like yesterday, is it day before yesterday, the federal government said we should have patience. Have patience. How are we going to have patience? We have sacrificed enough. The citizens have sacrificed enough. The citizens have been patient enough. The citizens have contributed enough. The citizens have been paying their tax. The citizens has been obeying. They has been praying. But the question now is, the things is not working. Instead for them to make the thing to work, every policy is on the elitist driven, and I don't know where we are going to move from here. I'm not judging. I'm not saying that Tinubu-led administration is the cause of the problem. It's just barely 1 year, and you cannot judge a government that is whether it's a failure or a success under 1 year. You cannot. It's going to be hasty generalization or hasty conclusion to judge a 1 year administration that whether is doing well or not. It has been a long time of neglect and breakdown of norms, breakdown of misgovernance that have bring us to place that we are. But I pray that God will give Tinubu-led administration the political will and the knowledge and the wisdom to see how he can revamp the economy.
Mr. Noor, you've been saying a lot about what the government should do. Now, just yesterday, the Vice President Shettima, during a conference, mentioned something about the president. When he was listing the achievements of the president, he said that the president, he noted that potential investment secured by Tinubu included $14 billion from India, 15 million naira from the Netherlands, among others. He also mentioned the recent $500 million for lithium development in Nasarawa State as one of the giant investments.
I have listened to that statement from Shettima. We have listened. It is not the first time we've listened. We could take, for example, like a case of the Mambila project. Till now, he has been riddled with corruption, a lot of issues surrounding it. We have been listening to a lot of. There are so many of them that is in litigation now. Most of these projects that have been successive administration that they have attracted to the country. I'm not against those ones, but let them come down. If they have attracted good term benefit, that the thing will come. But you see, I stayed few and review the Fourth Republic right from 1999. What has the democracy has it brought to the country? What happened to Ikorabasi Smelting Aluminium Company? What's wrong to Jakarta Steel Company? What's wrong to the textile company that was spread all over the north? If you have gone to Lagos before, you go to Solo industrial layout. A lot of companies, all the textile. Why don't you come and see how we can revamp those companies? How do you do it? You need to fix the security of the country first. That's number one. Then number two, you need to bring power. There is no way, even if you attract even 50 billion business from abroad, or even from the moon, without power and security, there's no way those companies can survive. Let's see how we can create a enabling environment before attracting this company to come. And we know there's what we call these artisans, that the people that they call informal sector of the economy. What stop government to see through be a bank of industry? They say artisan. Go there if you are genuine artisan businessman, that's the SME, the small medium enterprise. You can go there to access loan. The government the bank of industry will supervise it. When they give you, they will see how they can recoup their money back, and they will come and see your shop. They will give you every day. Will come to see how they can get the money, and they will recoup the money, give it to another person. I mean, I don't mean a card carrying a complementary carry contractor. I don't mean people that wear white shirt and starch contractor go and collect loan and they will not pay back. There's even in advanced country, there's way you cannot do this. Till now, we don't have sensors. Till now, not every bank account holder has BVN. Till now, not everybody are being connected. Not every service provider are being connected to NIM. Till now, we don't have a social number. There's no way that we can run a country without accurate having data. We don't have data of how many people we have in the country, and sometimes the thing is just people that are running this policy, they did it intentionally.
Yes, you have noted some of the issues that has to do with economic woes. Some say inadequate infrastructure. Inadequate infrastructure, tariff and non-tariff barriers to trade, as well as lack of confidence in currency evaluation seem to be the bane of misfortunes. Do you agree?
Yes. Yes.
And the way forward, how can these issues be addressed? Sorry? All right, how can these issues be addressed?
You see, there are a lot of issues in the country. It's multifaceted. If you listen to Garoso is trying to move from one step forward, two steps backward, to see how he can fix the monetary economy, which is the CBN. But the problem that we are having now in the country is, how can you fix the monetary policy of the country? So what
you can clear through it.
So what we should do now, what the Garoso-led administration is trying to do.
Yes, Cardoso administration seemed to be focusing on refixing the economy, and while he's trying to do that, Donald also is getting set to throw ideas, his advisory role.
Do you feel better now?
Yes.
Okay.
So the monetary sector of the country has been mismanaged. Look at what the former CBN does. He has a very good policy, which is a cashless policy, is being practical in any advanced country. According to the international standard, they say in any country they must have about 1.5 trillion naira in the economy. But Emefiele said that we have about 4 trillion that's supposed to be in the vaults, is in the hand of the citizen, which is very, very inimical to the economy of the country. He came up, and how can you do that? Is to redesign the naira, but it was mismanaged. But thank God for Garoso, which he has tried to implement that. You know, if you cannot walk into the bank and have more than 10,000 or 20,000, and people are clamoring that it's bad, and I say that it's not bad. You know why? In advanced country, when you only travel with a credit card, you don't have any business to do with bulk money. You want to buy anything, you slot in your card and you pay. The only thing you need maybe a small money that you can just, maybe you want to take care of a very small artisan that you need to just pay. 20,000 or 10,000 is okay for you. You want to buy a house, the bank is not saying it's not going to give you your money. You want to buy a house, you've negotiated with the price with the owner of the house, you walk into the bank and do transfer and you go. You want to buy a car, you do transfer. You want to buy anything, you do transfer. So that is what is practical in an advanced country. And the question I always ask, what is wrong with these people that we go to abroad? We send people to seminars in abroad, we send people to lectures in abroad. Some of the leaders, they go to abroad for their sabbatical leaves and whatsoever. Why don't you bring what is being practicable there and is workable there to Nigeria? But they are not doing it. So if you cannot fix the monetary sector, the devaluation of the naira, and even the Tinubu will devalue the naira also. I think it made dollars about, the exchange was about 450 to $1, but now we are still struggling with 1,004, 1,005, 1,000, 1,002. So it's going to affect the economy. But thank God, by the time next month the Dangote refinery start production, which will not import PMS by God's grace, according to the news we heard, because now I am more or less Thomas, that when Jesus Christ told him that I am Jesus, I just resurrected. Thomas was doubting and said, let me see that way they put the nail, and he put his hand. He said, yes. Sometimes I'm Thomas now. So until I see the PMS of Dangote, but from June 1st next month, and I saw the price crashing, and I know that by that time the naira will gain strength, and the exchange rate is going to be favorable, which is going to affect others, goods and services.
All right, Mr. Noah, it's one thing for this investment to come in. It's one thing for you to put in money into a particular project, and for years Nigerians do not see the outcome. I'm going to give an example of the Ajaokuta Steel Company that has got billions of naira, and it's not functional up till now. Now, how can the government ensure accountability and transparency in making projects, so that Nigerians know that each penny or each naira is being put into good use?
You see, most of our leaders are not sincere. Okay, take for example the Port Harcourt refinery maintenance. For about 15 years, I learned they have trillions of naira in that refinery, and nothing is done. And when this administration came up, I saw the former president President Olusegun just told him that it cannot work, and we heard that this administration is trying to see how they can revamp that Port Harcourt refinery and the Delta with the one in Kaduna. You see, before Mr. President cannot do it alone, Senator cannot do it alone, House of Rep member cannot do it alone. You see, building a nation is a collective responsibility of all. The civil servant is involved, the artisan, they are involved. You see, most of the Nigerians are not sincere. Some people are saying it's because the leaders are not sincere, I will not be sincere. Now, how can you put it to you, like what Sharon said about the Jakarta? If you want to the best thing to do is, like there are some of them, they are privatizing, and some like the example what happened in the aluminum metal company. We had the capacity we bidding, and they were giving to a company that sometimes less bid, and the company doesn't have capacity. Now, if you privatize this company, because most times when government is running business, people look government business as no business, or everybody business, or business that doesn't have anybody. I told that government has face. Government is not an orphan. Government, people own it. It's government of the people. Now, you can privatize a company to a very reputable firm that has capacity, that's profile, that have run such company. You give it to them, and you give enabling environment. They can run the company, but not government now giving the company to firm that you cannot even verify, and they're now sunking money like a conduit pipe every time, and the company is not working. And allow the private sector to run the economic sector of the country, not the government. The government is to provide enabling environment. Look at Dangote. Dangote is doing very well, though there's a lot of glamour, that a lot of exploit, because it's only him that is giving license to establish a refinery, and others don't give. I don't know how true that is, but let there be an enabling environment which investors can come in without having the fear of being kidnapped. Investors can come in without having the fear that their money is going to be safe, because before somebody invests in your country, he must be sure that the money is safe. So there must to be that security, there must to be that the level playing field, there must to be sincerity of purpose by the government. Thank God, I commend Mr. President for what he said when he went to visit France, that when you want to come to the country and invest, I think he says you pass through the right channel, so that your money will not be going, something will not happen, there will not be corruption. It is very, very good. So government must be sincere to see how they can run the economy, because if they are sincere, you see, government, there's okay, I don't know whether you read about the statement from Katsina State governor, that he said that the military, they are benefiting from terrorism. Yesterday, the military come up, the defense headquarters come up with a statement that is not true.
They should give a proof.
They should give a proof. You get me now? So the question is, the government has the capacity, government has the power to succeed, government has the power to stop whatever they want to stop, if there is a political will.
Yes, let's go to where some people think.
Even the others advanced country, engineers, they are Nigerians. Robotic AI now, they are Nigerians.
Well, there is an increasing inequality, with many not being included in the growth process.
The question is, they feel most of this manpower, they don't have that confidence in the country, and most of the recruitment that is being done, some they will not carry the people that has the capacity, the lot of politics of federal character, a lot of things is being come to play. But the question now is, the greatest problem we have is to have a level playing field. How can we get right the country of insecurity? Because that's a problem that is disturbing the country so much. How can you make the stabilize the foreign nations? How can we have the energy sector, politics of energy sector, removing it to see how our crude oil refined in the country. I read a statement from Dangote refineries that he doesn't mind where they get the crude oil, and Nigeria should not be disturbed about that, but they must make sure the price of PMS is available, the price. But of politics, you see, people, if you're a leader, that's why when you are being sworn into public office, you say you don't allow your personal interest be public interest. You see, public interest need to be paramount, need to overwhelm your own personal interest. So we must, you see, like in advanced country, leaders, public officers are not very rich, but their responsibility is how to take care of the masses. But Nigeria, the reverse is the case.
All right. The same vice president, I'm trying to quote some of the things that he said. He said in another the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria yesterday at the presidential villa, he noted that no Nigerian was pleased with the illegal tax collection, but that the fundamental motive of the administration was not to increase the tax burden of Nigerians, but to improve the efficiency of tax collection. Now, the question that Nigerians are asking is, how can you strike a balance between improving tax efficiency and not overburdening the Nigerians with tax?
That's a question. We are not against taxation. You go to advanced country, they tax the country. But before you tax the country, what have you done? Like in advanced country, before you tax, the life has been very meaningful. So when they tax you will not feel it. But now we say tax efficiency, you now see how you can modernize tax. With the prevailing economy that we are now, how much is the minimum wage? I saw yesterday, I went to the supermarket. It's about 2,005 kg of milk is about 61,000. That is not even up to a minimum wage. How can you strike a balance in that? How can you tax a citizen that was already down, that's already taxed, that it doesn't even have what to offer? You can only give what you have. So bringing taxation with this economy that is so we are not against taxation, but the government economy, they make life meaningful for the citizen before they can tax. It is not done so in advanced country. You tax people that you make life meaningful for him or her. You tax people that they are being subsidy in so many areas. Okay, like power. You must have power 24 hours. If they tax you, you will not feel it. But no, you don't even have power.
Okay,
and they will give you bill. You pay for darkness.
Let me interrupt you a little. Talking about taxation and it being a way to generate revenue. Now the government has said that there is no money in the coffers, and so before they have to build infrastructure or whatever, they have to borrow money for that. So how else can they generate revenue apart from taxing, so that they could provide some of the things that you are asking for as a Nigerian?
Okay, if there's no money, this will cut cost of governance. The National Assembly, if you are coming to the National Assembly, there's no car for you. If you don't have a car, they will have a bus. The bus will transport you from the points of your house. They have a bus, the security, to National Assembly. If that one is too much, they make it a part-time. In some countries, National Assembly members are part-time. Some ministers are part-time. You cut cost of governance. Presently, recording expenditures is greater than a capital expenditure. It cut cost of governance. If there's no money, as been alleged, if they have stolen all the money, if all the money that they swap the crude oil for 10 years, there's no money again, instead to tell the citizen that already in the down, you cut cost of governance. I think that's the best way to go, and that's where it's done in other advanced country. But that's not. You should not carry the whole burden into the citizen. So the cutting of cost of governance, I think that's the way forward.
Okay, we are just joining us. We're on melting point, and we are dissecting the economic situation in Nigeria as it affects you and I. And now tell me, how can the government ensure individual and social autonomy and equity, as well as maintain competitive markets and create and maintain stable values of currency?
You see, currency, we said it here, they went and borrowed about $3 or $4 billion from Nexim Bank in Egypt. 3.3 Afrinexim to come and devalue dollars. He said, how can that work? Also, we all know about this, the currency. There's no two ways. There's no rocket science in this business. There's no, you see, it's like 1 + 1. 1 + 1 is 2. You cannot say 1 + 1 is 3. Except you are trying to play politics or trying to be economical with the truth, trying to lie for yourself. Now, if you want to stabilize the economy, you need to have greater export and less imports. That's going to strengthen the currency. There's no two ways about it. And the level of looting, the level of capital flight, if you go to Japan, for example, the money in Japan moved 7 hands before it left Japan. If you go to America, capital flight is a very, very serious offense. Even churches that has their headquarters, that has their branches in America, I tell you, you cannot just stay here in Nigeria and make a phone call and say they should return the money from your church, your own church. You have the patent right, it's your church. Nobody is against that. But you cannot just wire money from America to Nigeria. It's not possible. They say, okay, it is our citizen that gave the offering. It's our citizen that paid that. It's our citizen that contributed. The money is for America. If you want to use the money, please use it and do anything for America, for establishment. You cannot use them. You cannot get the money back. So there must be a stringent law and policy put together. But today you've seen now, somebody said that the former president, is it the late Sanabachi, one of the richest man, even till now, they are still repatriating most of the funds from Swiss bank and other countries that they kept. And it's not only him, even some people are now taking our money outside. So there should be a law that what is happening in an advanced country, you cannot wire anyone out of Nigeria. It's not possible. They should make a law like that, so that we should use what we have to get what we get, to get what we need. So to stabilize the currency is not grammar. It is doing the right thing at the right time. If you have the greater export and less import, you stabilize the price. If you are not taking money outside, there's no capital flight, the money circulate, moved in a hand, like in the Jews that in Israel is about 12 cents. They will stabilize the price of naira. But this thing is only in Africa that is happening. And the leaders, because they think maybe they are benefiting from it, they don't want to do law that stop all those capital flight of our currency to outside. That is the only way to do it. Let us not lie to ourselves or speaking much grammar, or when you wake up you see economy, you pick all the jargons. Until now the jargons have not been able to give us 3 square meal a day.
All right, Mr. Noah. Still back to taxation. Yes, some Nigerians might not feel a thing if they know that the taxes that you're taking from them, it's going to be put into good use. Now, the issue of corruption and mismanagement of taxes, how do you suggest that the government goes around this?
There should be transparency and accountability in anything that they are doing. That's a simple way. Okay, look, for example, the pension, the PENCOM. The civil servant agreed. They say, oh, because it's not easy to build a house as a civil servant. Because they say, let money be, the small percentage of money from your salary be kept for you. And they remove the money, they keep as pension. And when the civil servant retire, he cannot access the money. As a result of what? There was no transparency. There was no integrity. There was corruption in it. So if corruption is being taken out of most of these parastatals and agency, the system will flow. Because most of them is ridden with secrecy. There's no transparency in it. That's one of the problems. Let's not lie for ourselves. Like the PENCOM, it was a very good idea. It's what is done in other advanced countries. If you cannot build a house for all through the 35 years or 20 years that have been in the service, when you finish, you go to PENCOM. PENCOM will give you all your pension, the way you have contributed for years. That money can do you to build a house, and you have a very good retirement. But when you go, you will not even see the money. And the money, one man take it and japa, and with the son. And the whole stories, he was running all through the country, and now we have not heard anything about it. Say whether the MENA. It's very, very unfortunate thing in the country.
A popular Nigerian artist, Veno Marioge, sang a song, even if they drink the oil, Nigeria will survive. And Nigeria is known for oil, and oil, just oil. Now, how can we reduce this dependence on a single sector or industry?
You see, we for years now we have been running what we call a mono economy, which is solely dependent on oil. Let's go about memory lane when we had our independence.
Yes, because this is memory cipher.
Yes, this is memory cipher. Yes, let's go down memory lane. When we have the granules, we have the lithium, we have the others from the north.
The cotton,
the cocoa,
the palm oil.
The palm oil. That money, the sharing formula was not the same sharing formula we have in the oil. I think we know that it was confederation. I think about 70 for the state, 30 for the central government. Now, people were not dependent on it. But immediately oil was found. Is it in Olubiri? Is it 1973? Olubiri in 1973. Everybody abandoned. You see, Nigeria is one of the blessed countries. Also, if you go to north, if you go to others, we have the granite, we have the lithium, we have the cocoa, we see have the everywhere in scatter around the whole country. Practicing mono economy cannot take us anywhere. And people, about the whole areas have been abandoned. We heard about what happened in Nasarawa. It's still in the public domain. You see, most of the bandits that we are you see, because of gold. We have gold in Nasarawa and other northern states. The government have not been able to see how they can explore that area. I don't know what Minister of Mines
solid minerals
and mines and solid minerals they are doing. So we need to explore other areas where we can practice multifaceted economy, which we can explore other areas. Even fish. Do you know that? Like Norway, most of these countries don't have anything. They have only fish. The ice fish that we are eating. Before, when you eat that, you say you're a poor man, now you cannot buy ice fish again. It's they're imported from Norway. But we have our sea here. We have the salty water, we have the fresh water. Go to see most of them, it's the foreign Indians and the other white country that they are exploiting us. We don't even know the fish that have been taken away from our waters. We are not even exploiting it. Everybody is now focusing on oil. All the states, they are now waiting for 15. Oh, they will send their commissioner for finance to Abuja. Commissioner finance will return with a check. You feel oil, they have stolen the change, or the one they have remained for the state. They will now bring, when they bring come, the governors will not look, the money will not, some of the governors, the thing will not even good for the, will not remain for the salary. You know understand? So the question now is, let there be diversification of the economy. That's the way to go.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Noah. Let's take a listen to what the callers have to say. Let's get to hear their reactions and their perspectives. So if you'd like to join in on the discussion, the phone numbers are 0803 085 7755 or 0809 066 6909. All right. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome to the program.
My brother, good morning, my guest.
Yes, my brother,
good morning.
welcome.
Thank you. This is so funny from you. My people, I want to make my comments like this. I think the problem that we really have is that every section of the leadership is not helping matter in the whole nation. And I want to say that when we accommodate what is not acceptable by us because it is done within us, and reject what is done maybe further position in the same nation, I think that will be the problem that we will have. If we want to talk about it, we want to complain about the taxation, and we are talking about the federal level. I want to say that we may not be sincere, because what happens is that if you know what is happening to KK people and the minibus driver, find out that the way they tax these people, after taxing them with what we call emblem and the rest of the thing they give them to base on the windscreen and the other things, you find out that every time they load their vehicle, they have to pay a lot of money to some boys. And we don't care about this. We just accept it and hold it. But when it happens up there, we complain bitterly. It shows that we don't want to solve our problem. Because if we want to solve our problem, we will start from ourselves.
All right, wrap it up.
It's the problem that we are having. If we can solve the little problem that we have, I think we can solve the whole nation.
Thank you very much.
All right, he says the problem is with us, so we should change our attitude.
Let's take another one.
All right. Hello, good morning.
This is calling from the Newsroom.
Welcome, David.
Nice to have you.
I appreciate your case. You have stated a lot in the current situation of the country and how the federal government should make the country to work for the betterment of every one of us. I want to let you know that I'm the man. I went out sometime in February, 19 and 20 February, protesting on a one-man protest. One thing I said, I write on my flyer was diversify the economy, stop local production. If we produce in this country and stop naira and dollar exchange, it will make our naira to be stronger than we can expect. But we really believe in we have to import everything from China. Why even Nigeria is not an independent country for 50 years now. Why don't we produce what we use in this country? Why do we subject ourselves to this habit of neocolonialism? We allow what evidence to dictate for our leaders. You know, when we see, it's what it's supposed to be. Do something we use in regard to, but the betterment of the world. But I will not listen to follow why are we going in this country?
Okay, thank you for your call. That was a rhetorical question. If you ask me, who I go ask?
Well, I'm still going to be picking up some more calls from now for, let's say, for the next 5 minutes. So the phone numbers are 0803 085 7755 or 0809 066 6909. Our WhatsApp number is 0809 066 6909, and we're also streaming live on Facebook.
Yes, no. Do you think, or do you support the idea that every state or each state should look around their natural resources and process them and send them to the national or the federal level after production.
Yes, you see, I am of the view. You see, I don't have confidence in the 1999.
Because every state has its own natural potential.
Yes, it has. There's no state that doesn't have natural resources, natural potential. They have all of it. You see, if you don't have, you have sand. All of them have natural potential. You see, one of the greatest challenge is this 1999 constitution. That when military saw that they have been booted out of power, they already changed the cover of degree.
Leaving the content.
Leaving the content, allowing the degree, which the cover is the 1999 constitution, the content is a degree. Because most of these mines are in exclusive list. You can see it. And the system of the country, this is a presidential system. For me, I think it is not working. It's better we go back. You sit and draw the system that that's workable for us, because some level that you can reach. Like mines, the things that you cannot do, but it is now high time. If there's no oil, for example, God forbid, we wake up and you go to Abuja, they say we will not sell any oil. How can most of them say will not be able to survive? So we should learn now to see how we can look inward, to see how we can generate our money, look for the potential that we will have to take care of our citizens. So should in case, God forbid, oil crash, which has been a postulation, and after some years, one of my friends was saying, I pray it should not be in his time. I said, we want to put it to your children's time. So will you be happy staying there and see your children suffering? There's no oil. Your children will be staying hungry, starving to death, because of our father failed to do what we're supposed to do. But at this point, it is high time that the state look inward and see how we can leverage on the potential that they have. Thank God for the state, what Pastor Moino is doing. He leveraged on the during his campaign that he's going to have a satellite town on everywhere in the state. You saw what he's doing. He has awarded a contract from the Ibaka deep sea port, about 13 kilometers, which link the highway, which very soon the blue sea economy need to come in, which there will be a time that the commissioner can just go to Abuja and will be enjoying the money that which Pastor Mono generated in Enquiry. You see, because the money now is in the blue economy, so and a lot of reform which he has done in others area of taxation, like what they call the informal sector of taxation. I think that one is not it is not. You cannot say most of them is because of these tax contractors. Their government are doing. I think is in the purview of a local government, like most of the tax they are doing. Some in the Ministry of Transport. I think the government, they are hearing this, because we've been shouting here about the scorecard. Thank God the government have directed the local government chairman to study that. Some of them are running health skater. Now about the informal taxation, I think the one that is not inimical, I think they should stop it.
Yeah. Do you agree that government legislation and of course providing enablement for these startups to come up could be the issue? We don't have a multifaceted economy.
Yes, legislation. There are a lot of maybe it could be because one thing for legislation. Legislation come as a result of problems that which is complaint from the citizen. So most of the citizens they don't talk what is the problem, because governor is not everywhere. It's only God that is everywhere, and the House of Assembly member is not everywhere. But if there's an issue, you can bring up maybe in terms of writing. The House of Assembly is there. You can submit it to say there's a problem here, you want this suggestion, or when there's a public hearing. You see, when there's public, most of the citizens don't go. There's this lackadaisical attitude in some people. Oh, the country, I am tired. Public hearing of bills, I will not go. Go there and contribute to see how you can amend some bills, or put this, don't put this. Make your opinion known. Not you are not fighting government, but it's just a way of contributing to the nation building, or of your state, or of your local government, of your family. It's a having family meeting, and you don't go. And when some people don't sit and take decision, and it will bind on you.
Well, completely running out of time. My last question to you will be: it's almost a year. It's just few days to 365 days, and we're now taking scorecards, like you said earlier. So from your own perspective, you have been an optimistic person right from the moment you walked into the studio about how your hope is getting renewed every single day. But from the actions and from the policies, from all the things that this administration has put into place this year, this 1 year, would you say that there's light at the end of the tunnel from your own perspective?
You mean the federal government?
Yes.
Yes. The Mr. President has said I should renew my hope, and even the Bible they say that you do not conform to the world, you do not be renewed your hope. Say I'm not conformed to maybe what people are saying. I still have hope that Mr. President, by the time 2027 we're going to judge him, that's going to do with a lot of policy, there are a lot of reforms from Garoso, like the implementation of the cashless policy, which you can go to bank and have some money, not those days that you cannot get. There are a lot of things that they are doing. I think there is hope. And their report, he said his minister should support. He said they call it performance index. So there is hope that the country will do well. There is hope. I have hope that the things will move.
Thank you very much, Mr. Noah.
Thank you.
So at the top of the hour, the scorecard will come your way. Thank you so much for listening to the Nothing Point this morning, the last edition, and the last Friday for the month of May. Thank you so much for listening. My name is SHARON MANDOR.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being with us. I am ANIEFIOK, NKEREUWEM. Let's think Nigeria and live in Nigeria. Noah said he wants to Japa. I don't think he's going to step back.
Mr.
I wanted to go to